So as you guys know, I got my machine yesterday, so I've made it my business to try some of the best coffee locations in Los Angeles. There are a lot. It's like kind of an oversaturated everything. So what I've decided to do is narrow it down to places that I find that are most popular on TikTok and places that use original ingredients made from scratch. So right now I'm in Koreatown and we are at this coffee shop called Me Cafe. It's really nice. I'm going to showcase what that looks like, showcase my drink, and then I'm kind of going to make the series like that since I will be making coffee drinks eventually. I feel like giving myself that like 6 months to practice and try stuff in LA that people actually like would be very helpful. This is the location. It's a 3-story coffee spot. It's super innovative. Like this is all one coffee spot. So I'm gonna walk in so that you can see it. I gotta shoot content from a different angle. Hold on. Okay.
Pesa más que la máquina. ¿Cómo no?
You want to see what the third floor looks like? Oh, this is it. All right. How are you feeling? It's good.
Strong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. That's good.
Fire.
I want to learn how to make that. That's good.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
You like? So are you singing? Oh.
These are all ice. This one only comes ice, but everything else we can also do hot.
Oh, let's do the Vienna latte ice.
Ice?
Yeah. Let's do that. I'll try it how it is, and then I'll play around it. Like, yeah, I'll try it like how you guys have it.
Anything else?
All right, guys. So we made it to Eames, which is our second coffee shop. It's pretty small and quaint, but they're very, very, very nice. So. All right, we're gonna try. I want to do that part. Let me do the rest.
I'll take this one.
All right, we're gonna do a taste test. We're gonna do a taste test. Here's the coffee we're taste testing. Here, the soft top is really popular.
Same recipe. Strong on the bottom.
Try it.
Oh, that's really good.
I never mix it well, so I'm gonna try it again. It's not better than the last place. But I taste a lot of milk.
Oh, that's probably the bigger issue.
I'm not in any of them, but like not maybe I don't like saying myself, so I wouldn't want them to email it. But I'm just thinking that I didn't.
It's too much milk.
I mean, even.
All right, so we got the same thing. Same thing. It's really good at the top. I just didn't like how it tasted like milk. So he's going to try it first. I just want a picture of it. All right, we made it downtown. This is the bus that we have to take. I'm going to get my stuff ready.
Bus is turning.
Hello. Okay, so this is the location. It's pretty nice. All right, so this is the location. I feel like it could easily be transformed into like a lot of stuff. This could be like a whole coffee area. Boom. This is a space. So this is likely where we would do yoga. Oh, but like even yoga right here would be perfect. Like, we have a lot of backdrops. Oh my gosh. Tables. We have a lot of stuff. I would just shoot my concert. Bathroom. Oh yeah. Yeah. It can be used right now.
We didn't.
All right, guys, so hi. If you're new here, my name is Candy, and I am building 10 businesses by the age of 50. I decided to start this series because I feel like my YouTube has showcased my business and life, and like building my personal brand, it just hasn't really made sense. So now I'm really getting into content and storytelling. I've been storytelling for people my entire life. So I'm literally just doing storytelling for myself. It is something that I enjoy. I enjoy using different creative mediums to bring forth ideas. So I'm going to just discuss my day. This part of the video is probably going to be at the end of me touring. Give me a second. Okay, I had to go through my footage to see like what the last thing I filmed was. So this is going to be me explaining how today kind of went, because I feel like when people build businesses, especially when I watch people on YouTube, the reason I got into content also is because I understand how complex building a personal brand is, and I understand how it's even more complex to build businesses in addition to that personal brand. When you're dealing with building a personal brand, you have a lot of choices to make, whether that's how you like to present yourself, And now it's a little bit more complex because we have to present ourselves online one way and in person another way. And then like you have to kind of figure out where and all that, like you as a person and your values and morals belong. And I think that's something that everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people who like start businesses, I can't say everyone, but a lot of people that start businesses don't really understand. You have to kind of know that first, and then kind of navigate business like off of that. It's really complex. And when I watch videos on here, it's so sugar coated, or it's like, hey, like just read my ebook and it'll tell you everything you need to know. And the truth of the matter is like, it's absolutely not that simple. Business in general is not something that you can just throw into an ebook, because what about your trauma? What about how you handle money? What about when you have inconveniences? Like today, I think I recorded it. I feel like I recorded it on my phone. I don't think I recorded it on my DJI. So I'll just tell you what happened today. So today I go to meet a location. I'm actually going to be the client in that location, and I'll be utilizing that location like as a residency and stuff. And when I get there, the owner's amazing. But I have been communicating with this owner for like a year. And when I get there, I'm given the code to get in. But here they use these little key lock boxes. And I swear I've never used a key lock box. Normally, if I see a location, there's like a landlord, property manager, or someone there with me. But like here in LA, they're like, this is the code. Here's the lock box, you know. So I'm just like, all right. And I understand because it's so spread out. So I get there and I'm trying to get in and I cannot get in. And I'm like, okay. User error, obviously, because this is the lock box. This is the code, you know, so I'm doing it. my fiance's doing it. Like, we're all trying to put in this code. And I'm like texting him like, hey, I think it's user error, but I cannot get in. I'm sending him a video. He's trying to explain. So it was like 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Like, in all this, I'm like looking around the area, like really liking the area. So I'm like, man, I really got to get in here because I really like the area. And he sends me a freaking YouTube video. And as soon as he sends the YouTube video, I'm like, oh, I was literally doing it wrong. It was literally user error. So I just like made light of the whole thing the entire time. And then I get in and I end up loving the space. So I wanted to explain that because that is how business is all day, every day. And I think sometimes as business owners, like, you have the energy to deal with certain stuff, but you really never know where a business owner's mind is at. And a lot of us are creatives, so our minds are already everywhere. So it's just a lot going on. So when people get on here and give business advice, I just feel like it's not really genuine because business is meant to be made in the field. So when you sit like this with me, like, all of my content is going to be like this because I mean, my goal is to get someone that just can follow me around. Like, I literally just want to pay someone to follow me around LA because I do so much. And like, I actually missed, like, sometimes I get my flow state of business and like, I'm in downtown LA and I stumble across this shop, and this shop, it's like the hardest thrift pieces I've literally ever seen. I can catch a thrift piece from a mile away. I've been thrifting since the early 2000s. I will never forget people saying thrifting was dirty. So to see where thrifting is today, and I know it's like 15 years later, but damn, like, you guys hated being in there before. So anyways, I go into the spot, I'm like seeing piece after piece. I'm like, where's the owner? Like, who owns this spot? It's a hole in the wall. And owner comes out and we just start chatting, man. Like, we just start chatting. So sometimes I meet people where I have all these skills, and I think in LA it's really important to utilize the skills that you have and constantly be growing, you know? So I'm like, hey, I will shoot a documentary for you for free. I will do this many videos. It will be free. This is what I'll do. You know, I lay everything out up front. And then, like, I don't even do the whole follow me on Instagram thing. I hate that. I think it's the worst way to network. If you want to network organically. Stop using social media as a means. It is a tool, but it's not how you meet people. It is the most inauthentic way to meet people. It should be utilized as a portfolio. So the entire time we're not talking, I mean, we're talking, it's like 30 minutes. We don't even bring up social media because we're fucking human. I'm also like 32, so I did grow up in that kind of transitional time where social media wasn't that important. It didn't exist at all. I remember it being invented. So I know how to turn it on and turn it off, but I also see some of my peers who get so wrapped up in it that they don't realize, like, we're fortunate enough to have lived a life without it, so you should learn how to discipline yourself with it. So I'm talking to him and he finally gives me his Instagram. And I also do that thing where if someone gives me their Instagram, I'll like take a quick look at it, like, as I'm typing their name in, you know? So his first picture is with Justin Bieber. So I'm like, pause. His first and most recent picture was with Justin Bieber. So I'm like, pause, wait, hold on. Who are you? So we end up talking because I'm just like, it was such a random spot. It's like, it was just so random, you know, but I chat with people from this perspective of like, I don't want anything from you. I just want to learn about you. And I think if more people viewed business from less of a transactional perspective and more of a communal perspective, they will succeed a lot more. So today for me, and I filmed a lot of it, was, all right, so I got this machine and I've been doing coffee for over a decade. That's something I do in my sleep. I think it's just a way that I can creatively express myself, and it just comes just naturally to a lot of creatives. I think coffee, when people say, oh, coffee's oversaturated, coffee is good for people that have ADHD. The tasks that you are doing with coffee are so quick and they're so simple that you can create a routine. Nowadays people call it a flow state, and they make a new terminology for everything, but really it's just a routine. When I get in the flow and routine of things, so I guess it is a flow state, you know, but I feel like when you have I call it superpower, and I think that everybody that's brilliant has it. Something like ADHD where you have to do something all the time, coffee is like super duper great. So for me, that's what I did as my first, at least my top 3 first jobs was, I think, somewhere in there was Starbucks. Something else that I explain that I feel like a lot of people have a really hard time with, and I do not know why, is that Starbucks will always be the superior coffee spot. My first job was at Starbucks, and I think sometimes people get so wrapped up in the emotional aspect of things that they don't really realize places are superior for a reason. So when I started coffee, Starbucks didn't even let me on the floor for 30 days. And oftentimes people won't use critical thinking and then they get upset. Oftentimes people are easily influenced by social media is the easiest PR, by social media, by influencers, by I can go off into that. So people are really inquiring about the quality of stuff because they care about what it looks like and how it's perceived. With Starbucks, it's consistently worried about quality. If you don't get something you like at Starbucks, you can just tell them they'll make it again. We're taught that. They function off of a customer's always right perspective. And when you are working there, absolutely stinks. But when you are a customer on the receiving side, it's amazing because, yeah, they made my drink wrong and they'll make it again. But that's what I expect. And it's super American for sure. But it's a model that they have created that they live and stand by. The customer is right. The customer can get another crafted drink and you'll get in trouble if you don't do it. But they also have a very strategic way of teaching people how to make coffee. I know where their beans come from. I know how they're processed. I know how they get here. I know how to steam and froth milk. I know how long milk should be in the fridge and at what temperature, how long it can be in there, how long it can be on the counter before it's considered spoiled, what I can and can't put in the ice, how often I should wash my hands and when I should wash my hands. There are things that Starbucks teaches you, and when you do those routines every single day for years, they are ingrained in you. So a lot of people, oh, I hate Starbucks. Well, you're going to get the best barista you've ever had at Starbucks because Starbucks invests in that level of excellence and that level of expertise and that level of, we used to have coffee masters. That was something that you would aspire to be. And it meant you knew everything about Starbucks coffee, where it came from, something else that people hate. I remember there's this tea company, Tavana, I think. I vividly remember it being in one of our locations or whatever. And like it came and it went. But people talked about how Starbucks bought them out. Starbucks has remained the best because Starbucks will do whatever it takes to A, train their baristas, and B, make sure they have the best product and quality product on their shelves for their customers who are returning customers because they provide good products. My Starbucks cups have dropped 1 million times. They don't break. So it's little things like that that I think I look at from a business perspective, but people kind of overlook. Each Starbucks store is also ran. That's also something I liked about Starbucks. It's ran. I've had awful bosses, but I've had great bosses. I have some bosses that I'm friends with. They truly let these bosses run the store how they see fit. They truly treat the managers as if this is their store to run. So if you experience racism, it's because that store is ran like that. But the company as whole, it's politics too. They are all inclusive. It's super all inclusive. The more inclusive you are in business, the more political you have to be because you can't say or do anything wrong. So when you're building a business, also understand the politics that you're walking into. A lot of people do not. So for my business, I'm in coffee. There's politics around coffee. Everybody right now hates Starbucks. I can go against the grain and risk being canceled as someone that's not even, viral or anything, or I could just go for what I know and what I know is right, which is to follow the Starbucks business model. So anytime I move someplace, I always resort back to working at Starbucks. This is back to building my business. Anytime I have moved to Texas, anywhere, I will work at Starbucks. And anytime I've worked at Starbucks, they retrain me on everything so that I'm up to date on their menu and what they include in their menu. And almost always, everything's pretty consistent unless they've added something. They're very keen on that kind of stuff. That's how they're able to expand so much because they're good. And expanding in business is very, very hard. So if everybody could do it, they'd be doing it. People hate seeing Starbucks, but at the same time, or Targets or whatever, but at the same time, it's they're masterful at expansion. So you should see it from that perspective. Yeah, I have my views on that. That's a whole nother video in and of itself. So that being said, I return back to my roots because I know I'll be able to learn on their dime, essentially. Is it really their dime? I wouldn't say that. It's an exchange. That's the exchange that I wish businesses would get back to. I'm there, but I'm being paid to be there and service their customers. They're paying me, and they're also giving me the knowledge that I need to be a good barista. I'm also able to use their products. Be smart about what you're doing when it comes to business. Can I just go in there and make whatever I want whenever I want? No, but every break I get a a lunch, I could try something. I get a break, I could try something. I come in, I get a discount, and you have to see jobs from that perspective. So oftentimes I don't look at the number I'm being paid, more so the value that I'm getting out of the job. And I feel like people just do not do that. And then like if you're building a business and you're in a 9 to 5, it's a lot harder to gain experience in the business that you're walking into because you don't have the time. I'm tired. I just worked the 9 to 5 that's funding everything. So I don't have the time to go work at a part-time. But sweetheart, if you want to build a business, you either quit and take a pay cut or you find the time. And I've done both. I worked at Bank of America, would lose sleep, was planning a fashion show at the same time. At some point, you have to figure out the sacrifices that you're willing to make to get what you want to get. So with where I'm at now, I am choosing to commit time to investing in things so that I can work, figure out a routine and schedule for my business. My businesses to have a good foundation. They need to be properly planned out so that they can succeed. And they're not just like ideas that I come out with, do for some months, go back in my cave, get creative, then come back out. A business should be like around the clock. It should be successful. And I have to figure out what the routines for each of my businesses are going to be. That is something that Starbucks has mastered. Routine. So I decided to go back so I could learn. But in that, I got the canning machine. I'm like, man, so while I wait, because I'm still waiting to hear back. I got like my interviews, but like this can machine came and I already have clients. So that's why I'm letting you guys in on this too, because that's the complexities of business. It's never done. I got the job basically at Starbucks, haven't got a start date. But in between getting the job and not having a start date, I have 2 clients that could just pay my rent now. So it's like, well, how do you pivot? So I'd rather showcase all of these things than like after the fact be like, oh, forget that. This is what I'm doing. And I feel like a lot of us do that because we want to package the story, but the success story is always fucking messy as shit. So if they come on here and tell you like, this is how you start a business and they're primped and proper. No, like this is how I look 90% of the time. The videos that you see is how I am. I dress comfortably. I'm constantly in the field. Like you'll know someone's in the field by how they dress. I'm not wearing designer. Now when it's time to pop out, a bitch can pop out. And I like to remind people of that. But I'm also in the field. So you're not going to see me like, you're going to see me like this. And you're going to see me get deals because that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the deals. I'm here for the network and the connections and the money. Okay, it doesn't run my life, but I know what I want to do with my life. So I started going back to Starbucks so I can learn their processes. And also, we were trying coffee places. That's what I was trying to get to. We tried a couple coffee places. I did my due diligence and was looking on TikTok to see what's the best coffee in LA, which is really tough because there's a lot of coffee. But it also leaves me a lot of room to see what generally everybody likes. So far, I've seen everybody likes healthy stuff. I'm very health as well. I grew up athlete, so I can stick to that. A lot of people like matcha. A lot of people like lattes. So taking that, using the machine that I have and figuring out the best way to service people is what I'm tasked next. In addition to that, also pitching like I did today and going to clients and asking them, hey, you need anything? You know what I mean? So what happened today was, I don't know how deeply I just went into that because I have ADHD and forget my thoughts. Oh yeah, I met the guy. And he's having a grand opening for a store. He's opening a store and he's extending his store. So the store I went to was tight. He's extending it. And we got so deep in conversation. He's like, man, fuck it. Let me just show you it. Like sometimes like I meet people the most insane ways. So when I think of people who are really rich and successful, I already know everything in their life is just so unconventional. A lot of it is personality based. Like how willing are you to put yourself out there? How willing are you to be embarrassed? Like with a common person would be deemed as embarrassing. Like how are you willing to be like some people I watch get primped and prepped to be online? I've never been like that. I'm not like I've never been like that because I have. Like if you watch my content years ago, it was sporadic because I felt like I got to do face routines and this. Like I literally leave it on my page so that I can grow from it, you know? None of this shit online business, it's all about being yourself and then figuring it out from after finding yourself, you know? So anyway, he shows us his location and I'm just like, oh shit, we need to record this shit, you know? Like we need to show. He's like, open in 2 weeks. I'm like, cool, I'll start doing everything, you know? And I feel like when you make yourself an asset to other people, it also helps you build your business. And I think people vastly underestimate that. Just like, hey, like, I just like what you do, so this is what I do, and I'll offer that for free. And then in addition to that, I have this business, this canning business. Is you're having a grand opening, you buy everything and I'll do the labor, pay me $300 and I'll make sure you have customized drinks. You pay for all the stickers. You know what I'm saying? Like, Another thing that's really good about me that I have practiced, and I don't want to sound arrogant, is I will pitch. Hearing no has to be like, I think with me, it just depends on in what setting, but hearing no is not the end of my world. I've had a hard life. Hearing no is all I've ever heard. Hearing yes be like, finally, you know what I mean? And it's not even like finally, it just is like checked off the list, like, cool, I heard yes. You know what I mean? But I'm so used to hearing no that I will pitch to people just to see, because a lot of stuff is psychological and emotional. So it's a lot you have to learn with business. So with me, I'll fill them out as a person, and then I'll kind of know, it's cool to pitch. Oh, now's not the time. And I think having that discernment is really, really important, but you only have it through experience. So I have gone to places in my hometown who, like, I've known people like, hey, can you give me this spot? I could pay this much, and someone will come in like, ooh, that is a good idea. Let me, like, back home, people would be like, that's a good idea. I'm gonna steal it. And then they would do it. And like, I feel like that kind of hurts more than hearing no. It's like betrayal. That hurts more than hearing no. So you truly learn to have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, who you could tell, what you could tell. I don't believe in keep things secret until, I believe that works in certain settings, but for myself, when you're building a business, yes, there are some things you guys will not know. Wholesalers, manufacturers, you guys will simply not know that. I'm not going to send, and the internet has become so lazy to where they expect people like myself to get in the field, do all the work, and then they're like, tell me what to do. No, your business is your journey. This is my journey that I am sharing. Your business is your journey. Here's a couple of resources, but I can't give you the blueprint. That's like giving you the secret sauce. I have to be able to storytell in a way where I'm helping you, but you have to apply yourself as well. So I think that's why I made my channel, because it's like, I want this to be like a come along with me thing, as opposed to like what I see online where it's like, these are the answers and this is my ebook. I would much rather just plan tours in LA and say, okay, we're going to go to here, here, here. This is what you do. And I feel like I'm kind of structuring that as a business. I've seen people try to do it, but they don't do it successfully because they actually don't like meeting people. They're actually not personable, and they only like money. That's not me. I like meeting people. I like helping people. So I want to make sure the way I structure my businesses in this channel, everything aligns with what I feel and how I would like to be seen and received by people, because they're also my customers. You know what I mean? Bottom line, everybody's going to be a part of my community, but also like, hopefully they want to buy stuff. So that's the update. I want to leave enough time for me to add the videos from today in the beginning. I know I have to add the tour in there, and then this is going to be the end of that. And then, yeah, this location I didn't film, so my next video I will, because I'm sure we're going to do work in the next Friday. Like, LA's like that, where you just kind of got to take opportunity and run as fast as you can with it. So I'm taking as many opportunities as I can in running. If I could leave you with anything, it's always be prepared to pitch your business, even if it's not fully together. You see, I just got my stuff yesterday for the canning stuff. I did 2 practice ones. I'm like, okay, I can do this, but I can do it for a lower amount. I'm not going to start off selling stuff at $10 a cup. That might be my next round, because I've been doing coffee for so long, but like this first round of 400 cups, yeah, I'm going to have to take a loss. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I have planned, like, this many will go to these people. This will be for photo shoots. This will be for this. So that's what business requires. That's what I'm going to take you guys along to see, because it's not linear. There's no one thing you have to follow. There's no one, and there's literally obstacles every day. So it's really like, how mentally tough are you? How many times will you try again after getting knocked down? How relentless are you with your goals? What's the vision? How soon is it going to be brought out? Who's willing to help you, because you can't do by yourself? How much of yourself are you willing to lose to do this? These are all the questions. What's the end goal? What are you going to sacrifice? What are you this? Like, there's so much more to business than the physical business. And so I want to showcase that while I build 10 businesses, because it's insane that I'm building 10 businesses. I was also raised by insane people. I really was. And there's nothing else to describe that. My parents always were juggling multiple businesses. Well, it's on multiple businesses. I think right now my mom's up to 10. Like, you know, and I feel like I make those kind of goals because I see those kind of goals as well. I dream extra big, but I also learn from what my parents have done. My parents own a lot of unsuccessful businesses. To me, but to them, I feel like they're probably successful because it's more than what they had. I have seen life from a different perspective than they did, maybe. So I would just want my businesses to be a lot more fluid than what theirs are. And I would just like the community to like me a lot more than they like them. So a lot of my stuff I do with just different intentions. And I discuss that on my story on Instagram. I think walking into business, knowing what your morals and intentions are, I already know what my businesses that I want are. It makes things a lot easier. So I hope this was super resourceful. I'm getting used to creating a calendar for my content, editing, and just like recording it and going. Once I record it, I just put it together and go. I don't even rewatch the shit and just hope for the best. I'm happy when I get like 5 views. You know what I mean? Like this, I understand that this is like a visual journal for me as well. And I have recorded a lot of my process. I just want to record more and be more thorough about it. Yeah. So thanks for being here. I'm here to build 10 businesses by 50. I think I could do it before 50 though. So I'm excited.